Oh, we got it here. Yeah, just in the other chat if you want.
Yep.
Yo.
Yo.
What is up?
Yo, what's up, boys?
Oh, man, there he is. What's up, man?
Big E. What's up?
Oh, you got the kids, too.
Oh, yeah, we have some guests over.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah, girlfriend has some guests over. How's the tournament been going? I watched that last game, which was ridiculous.
I mean, I wish I could say all the matches have been going on like that, but they haven't. But they've been awesome. They've been pretty awesome. It got off. Not gonna lie, got off to a rocky start. It's a bit of a miscommunication, but we kept things moving, and we're in Final Four right now, man. It's been going pretty good.
Who's in the four besides Naru and Bloom?
Let's see. We got
obviously those guys that just won.
Yeah, Honey Token and Forks who just won. We got Easy Money. That's team Zuko and Richie. I don't know if you've ever checked out their streams. And then aside from that, we got It's Them Again, and this is Desnado and that Allen guy. And that's my favorite to win. They've been like outstanding this whole tournament.
I don't know if I've ever played them.
They're newer, I think.
Are they? They weren't OGers?
I don't, not that I know of, at least.
I've
seen them pop up recently. I don't know, they can comment on it. But yeah, I've seen them a lot more recently, I'd say, in the past 3 weeks or month or so. I've seen them a lot more. I haven't seen them before that.
Well, that's dope.
Yeah, not too sure.
Zuko, I saw your earlier question, by the way. No, we're not splitting the rocket fuel. That number, so like first place, I think it was like 4K, right?
Yeah.
4K rocket fuel. Yeah, we're just granting it to your account, so you don't have to download anything. We'll just ask you for your for the what is it? Top 3 gets rocket fuel. Is that true?
Oh yeah, top 3 rocket fuel. And
yeah. We'll just ask for your guys' customer service IDs, which are in your settings, and we'll just grant you the rocket fuel.
Nice.
That's an easy one.
We got another one in chat. Of course, the big thing, Spectator Cam. Can we get it for
Christmas? Wawa? Oh man, the spectator mode. That's an interesting conversation. A lot of people think that it's an easy task to do.
It's not.
Engineering wise, that's probably one of the most complicated things to do in any video game that I've ever worked on is spectator and theater mode. It's something that obviously, as like a competitor, I would love, but it's not something currently that we're working on. But it is on the large list of backlog items that I would love to bring up. We're focused on a lot of different things before the holiday push, but that unfortunately isn't one of them. But that doesn't mean we wouldn't count it out in the future because I know how helpful it is for grassroots tournament runners and stuff like that.
All right, we got another one from
the Playerbase question. I can't touch on like the super fine ideals of that flood. All I can say is that we have a lot of cool stuff coming in the next few weeks that hopefully, will help boost a bunch of players across all platforms.
Ooh.
Thanks, Rice. I appreciate it. Why does Boone's wind push the ball, but Leef's laser doesn't? That sounds like a bug. And now I kind of want Leaf's laser to push the ball. So thanks for saying that, because I literally just messaged my designer saying, make Leaf's laser push the ball.
Ah, that's quick.
Also, can I get a candy cannon for Blastbeard? What is it? Like a candy cane?
Yeah, or does it like shoot candy out of it, like a big like mixed bag or something?
We already have a candy flux. We gotta keep him fresh.
Yeah, dude.
Also, I posted a new glitch on Reddit. Yeah, me and the designers always check out Reddit. So I don't know which bug you're specifically talking about, but if you guys ever do encounter crazy bugs, you can message me or any of the designers on Discord or Nate. Nate's like the main QA guy. So how did I eat McDonald's at 2 a.m.? Because it's crack.
He ain't wrong.
Egan, thank you for working hard.
Oh, there you go.
I appreciate it, dude. kind words.
I don't know if you answered this already, Egan, but we already know it's gonna come back. Ranked is gonna come back. Are you guys changing the format or like the point distribution, or trying to figure out a system that works?
Yeah, so like when it does come back, it's not gonna be like the way I think explained it in an article that we pushed out is like we want to revamp it from like top to bottom. I can't go into like too much of the details, but when we do cross that path, it's going to be ranking systems that you guys are more used to nowadays.
Okay.
The way we presented that ranking system obviously was like from one of my, it was pretty much kind of identical to one of my favorite old games, Halo 2. We tried it out. It was hit or miss, and we tried to tweak it over the amount of time. But rank 2.0 means rank 2.0. So when we do cross that bridge, it will not be presented the way you saw it before.
Oh,
okay.
Flood, yes. We are aware of that. Is there a way to tell who has done the highest damage in the game? Yeah, there's a damage stat. Oh, are you talking about character specifically?
Yeah, I think he did 7,000 damage the other day, so he's probably wondering if
that's
he's done
insane. That has to be the highest.
They posted screenshots somewhere.
I could probably dig up that info. Oh, overall, like overall. Lifetime damage, or just a game? Just like you want to know who's had the highest damage in a game. Holy, who were you playing that cranked out that much damage? Blackbeard?
Yeah, baby.
That'd actually be kind of a dope stat to throw on Tracker GG.
I mean, a game like
that's a good idea.
I don't know if you play Bleeding Edge or have seen it. They just kind of got their stats off, and I used to play that at launch, and I kind of dropped out. But their stats now are like most damage or highest lifetime damage, highest kill count, highest this, and I guess that'd be a cool stat for people to just like kind of keep track of.
Yeah, that's actually a good. That's actually a good idea. I wrote down like when we first brought up the Tracker GG thing, like I wrote down a large list, but I didn't think about like whoever had the highest damage in a game, or like at least a leaderboard, so you can see where you're at. That'd be kind of sick.
So Tracker GG is still an initiative then, because we got the end game stats, but it sounds like you guys are still going to do it on that website as well.
Absolutely, yeah. We know that there's some people that never want to leave their game, right? Like like for instance, a console player that may not have access to a PC, maybe doesn't want to bring up Tracker GG on his phone all the time, but for those people on PC or have a second monitor, want to have Tracker GG up, so they're both a priority. But we wanted to get the in-game one first, just because it's it's easy, it's on our end, and we could crank it out. But when you guys do see Tracker GG, it'll be way more in depth than what is shown on the front end currently.
Oh, great! That was my follow-up question, because that's what I was looking forward to. Will the stats in the in-game ever be more in depth, or is it just going to be kind of generic then?
That is something that we want to cross too. We just wanted to get we wanted to X off the basics for you guys, so there was at least a template to start with. But it is definitely something that we want to do down the road. What is FSG's character tier list? Oh man, Pristine right now is number 1.
Pristine.
Top Notch is number 2, and this is me, and Nate would probably agree with me on this tier list too. I think Top Notch is number 2 if you use him correctly, and then Kai, and then Blastbeard just because he's good in all game modes.
DJ.
And then Leef. The toss up between Leef and Amphora. They're both super good. Amphora has a super high skill ceiling though. Like I don't know if you guys ever played MeWe during like the ranked playlist, but like that kid, MeWe is actually insane with Amphora, and it's the most annoying thing in the world.
Really? You hear that? We got a remains in chat that I'm sure they love.
Is there a random character select coming? That's a feature that we've talked about. I don't know if that's slated for any time before the end of the year or not, but I could check on that. It would be nice to just have like a little question mark box and click it. Also, highest kill streak counts for AI too, and I don't think it should. Yes, no, we are aware that all of your front end stats right now are counting both PvP and AI, and we don't want it to do that, so that is something that we're working on.
Yeah, and I think you guys fixed a recent bug where there was an audio glitch where it said a number of AI, but the in-game client was only, I think it said 30, but it was 25 in-game, one or the other. I don't know if that, I think that got fixed recently because I think that got up with the audio. Okay.
Yes. Who's at the bottom of my character tier list? Probably. I don't think Rev was. I don't think Rev is as strong as she was at the beginning. I think people figured out how to counter her.
After the boost
and
cap
then
nerf, I was just saying I think Rev kind of dropped a few notches.
yeah, probably Rev, and then maybe Plank, just because he's super counterable too. I mean, he can crank out a lot of damage against noobs, but in like high level games, I just don't think he's that viable just because the low health and his primary doesn't do enough damage. But
Yeah.
I think Nixie posted so. I wanted to clarify this because I was getting a lot of questions about it. When we say that we're focusing on making things feel really good from a console perspective from characters, that's the big initiative that we've been doing. Is like we want to make sure because, I mean, I play both PC and console and a bunch of different competitive genres. So like I would love it to for both of them to be on par. And currently, I know that's not the case. There's just some characters that are not very usable on controller. So we're kind of bringing that bar up, but we're also at the same time hitting balance across the board. And there's going to be a lot of good changes coming down the road. That's all I can say. That's the big initiative I've been working with the designers for like the last month on.
So Rev
I'm not. I didn't say nothing. all I know is there's a lot of great changes coming to characters, and I think it'll go over super well. There was another good question. I can leak this. Do you know the game lags when you're standing on the sub in the map? Yeah, we deleted the subs, so you'll be seeing that in the next patch.
Oh no! I was just talking about how great it was, and I hope you guys don't touch them.
Listen,
they're so broken.
Listen, I as a ranked Rocket Arena player couldn't stand the collision on those subs, and it was my life's mission to either figure out how to fix it or get rid of them for the time being.
Did you guys?
I loved the idea of playing around them, but the moving collision on them was just so rough. So that I can leak. That's the only thing I'm leaking for the future update. I can go into a general. I can answer general questions about the update, but that's as far as I'll get into it. This is definitely the only game I played where I feel like console players can play competitively against PC players. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've competed in a bunch of different games, so I understand that like controllers can get way overly tuned, like in Fortnite or sometimes Apex. It may feel like that, so that's always something that we keep in mind. Nate and I both played Halo professionally, so we understand that we don't want one to be super better than the other. Like obviously, PC is always going to have elite movement, but we'll try to bring that. We try to bring that as much up to par as possible.
Which Halo?
Crosshair options. That's an interesting one. It was something that we discussed a long time ago, like pre-development. I don't think we're ever going to change crosshairs, just because we thought it was cool, like how they were unique per character. Like when you were charging up an anchor, it was like a little anchor crosshair. I don't know. I don't see the need for crosshair options in a projectile shooter, like Rocket Arena. It just doesn't make super sense to me. What are your plans in helping the game reach a wider? I answered this earlier. There's a lot of initiatives that you guys will see in the coming weeks. That should answer that question, Niku. I can't touch on any of them, but yeah, just keep an eye out on the Rocket Arena Twitter because there's a lot of cool stuff coming. We're getting different in-game emotes. I don't know what you mean by that, Bonks. Like, are you talking about like the little cheer emotes and stuff like that? That prompt VO lines? Made a post in game feedback where objective icons and health bars become so massive and obstructive that you can't see your opponents. Interesting. I'll take a look at that, Paladin. Thank you. There should be options in which you can make changes to the HUD. Yeah, didn't Diabolical just do that? I actually, like, part of my after work job is firing up a bunch of new games and testing out features and seeing, how they are. And That's not a bad idea, but Djokovic, thanks for the idea, brother. The aim in this game isn't so precise where it feels like it needs different crossers. Yeah, okay. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. This has been fun though. Next time I want to get on and shoutcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you wanted to, I'd love to have you shoutcast a match here too if you have time.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, actually, who are you guys streaming next?
So we have a bunch of matches going on right now. We have Naru, who's probably just finished his match, but we have another team, NATO. So let me see whoever's on. We're gonna kind of switch to that.
Do it. Throw it on.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to see. That's why I wanted to put you on. I was like, I want to get Egan on the shoutcast. Yeah.
Throw it on. I can talk over some gameplay for a little bit longer and answer questions in the meantime. Egan, when's your next Twitch stream? No idea. I've been super swamped. So I've told some people in the Discord this. I don't know if everyone got it. I was kind of like the interim community manager for a while until we got Nixie, and Nixie is kind of just taking over everything now. I support her as much as I can. But my main role at the studio is I'm a producer, right? And I work with the design team. So that takes up a ton of my time, especially with the amount of changes that we're cranking out. But
Right.
I do miss streaming, so I will probably pop a Rocket Arena stream here, maybe with the next event.
Nice.
All right, so who's on these teams?
Right,
It's Naru and Bloom.
This is Naru's POV. He's on Leef, and this is Naru and Bloom. I think they're up 1-0 in the set. I'm about to change the names around right now.
Who's Bloom playing? Flux, probably?
Yeah, they've been playing Flux
the whole time.
Kai all day.
Who are they playing?
He busted out the Leaf here. There's a Naru troll if I've ever seen one. Oh, these are nice shots. Naru. I said if it wasn't me or Nate that were best in the game, Naru was definitely picked up all the mechanics like super quick. I actually ended up winning a grassroots Rocket Arena tournament. I felt so bad playing as a developer.
I was gonna ask, you played in the tournament before. How did nobody said anything?
No, so like they all agreed. Like it was last minute. KJ had to drop because of family issues, and it was Naru and Bloom, and it was like it contacted me with like 45 minutes before the tournament, and I said, if you can get the tournament organizers and all the competitors to agree that it's okay, I'll do it. And they all agreed that it was okay, and it was just we just ran train. It was not fair, but yeah, Naru's super good.
It's super early. It was super early in the game's life when that happened too. Like Naru and Bloom are from those days. I was at launch. I just didn't enter any of the tournaments. I had no teams.
But yeah, Bloom was interesting too because he joined a little bit later than everybody else, like during like season 1 of Ranked, and he was the first one to really like pick up Flux and absolutely hold his own with Flux. It was actually super annoying.
Yeah, I think the tuning that you guys gave her was really all she needed because people were saying, yeah, she needs 5 rounds, and I'm like, fuck, if she has 5, you'll never get away from her.
Oh, dude, we went through some crazy renditions with Flux. That cat used to get the size of the map. That black hole cat, it was insane. It had unlimited size, so if you filled enough projectiles in it, it would just literally fill up your entire screen and it looked like you were in space. Some of the videos, I kind of want to find one of those videos and post it in the Discord one day because it was so funny.
That'd be amazing. People love Flux, man, but that probably shit on all the performance in the game, just threw everything off. And
as far as custom settings for custom matches, is that an initiative that's on the roadmap as well?
Yeah, that's something that's gonna come later. It's not gonna come. You guys won't see it like with the next patch or anything. But it's definitely we want to add some options to private matches down the road. That's always been something that we talked about.
Yeah, we thought that'd be cool. We were even talking about first person mode as well. We're like, is a possibility if that was a custom game mode? As well?
I don't know if we'd ever go back to that because like where we were at in development with that, we were like it was like pretty polished, but. I don't even know what Leaf would look like in first person or Rev or I don't even think we had Flux when we were first person. So well, maybe we did. There's just a lot of characters and a lot of different things that we didn't touch in first person when we made the transition to third person. So it would be a lot of work to go back to first person. I know people have talked about it though.
Yeah,
they're getting cranked.
Yeah. 15-6.
Are these set maps or are they choosing Apogee Acres?
So, Sneedle, if you want to take that, because you kind of came up with the roles and everything.
Yeah. So basically, it's whoever wins the role, they basically get the map pick, and they also get lead. And then whoever wins, basically the next round, the loser gets to pick. So say Naru and Bloom, they win here, then whoever's the loser gets to pick the map, and they also get host, kind of giving the loser just an advantage. So it isn't a complete stomp. Kind of like for fighting games where you can loser can swap out characters.
Yeah.
We were gonna think character ban, like a character ban 1v1 tournament, because the 1v1 tournaments we've been doing so far have just been like mirror match.
Yeah.
Because like an open character tournament would be fine, but you need character bans because BB versus like Kai is gonna be a blow up, So if you're a BB main, you ban a Kai if that's your worst matchup, and you.
I always knew 1v1s in this game would. Yeah, I always knew 1v1s were gonna be so fun in this game at like a super competitive level.
Yeah. It's been fun those too.
Yeah, I loved watching the last 1v1 tournament. 13 knockouts for Bloom.
Yeah.
Does Richie play Flux? Is that his main? I know
Richie
Zuko plays Kai, but
yeah, they're gonna get their match going just now. Actually, I'm just trying to get them to start playing.
I don't. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if the mirror match is necessarily the correct thing to do here for Zuko and Richie. I think Richie should switch it up and find a counter for Bloom's Flux, because I think Bloom's Flux is really, really good, and you have to play certain characters that can counter that. I don't think he's gonna ever. I don't think he'll outdamage somebody like Bloom on Flux. So
yeah,
I think that's the other thing. I think that's a mistake Haster made last series too. Right? Is like they got rolled with the Leef comp in game 1, and then they decided to mirror match, and like they found a little bit of success. It was a super close game in game 2 or whatever, and they could have gone either way. But you could already tell that he wasn't super familiar with the character, so not hovering everywhere.
Yep.
And that I forget that kid's name, and that's on Xbox, but that kid's wild on Mustine.
Yeah, he was always a problem, man.
I think I launched. I think I threw up my stream one day when the head-to-head playlist launched, and I ended up matching him. And I was like, "Oh, controller, this should be no problem." And I was just getting rolled.
Do you remember our first 2v2 match, Egan? You played against
I do.
Okay. Yeah, we 1v1'd you. Because it was
I know. Yeah, because my teammate quit out, and you guys did the honorable thing, and one spectated, and one 1v1 me, and then you'd swap out.
Yeah, you remember. Okay, great. I was like, oh, it's Egan. Yeah.
Try to keep those vibes around. Some people do it, some people don't, but it is what it is. Actually, on that, is there like a work for like a surrender option or something when people leave instead of just reporting? Because it gets like tedious to do. Then it's counterproductive reporting people that leave because you're just pissed and now they're banned and like they don't want to play.
That is something that we've talked about. It's not in my area, so I don't know if it's actively being worked on, but we want to tackle that situation as much as possible, so that's always being actively worked on. That's mostly like engineering stuff, so I can check.
Sorry to interrupt. I was going to ask you, is matchmaking constantly being tweaked? Sometimes it feels like there's MMR, and sometimes it feels like it isn't. Sometimes it feels like the rate at which the MMR, I don't know, it feels like you guys are constantly messing with that. Is that true?
We haven't lately. There was a point in time where we were tweaking things on the back end because we want to make it right as we get new players in the game, right? Because we don't want new players matching up against you guys or Honey or Zuko or Naru or anything like that. So I know it's something that we've worked on in the past. It hasn't been as of late.
As of right now, is there MMR or how does it work then?
Yeah, there's slight MMR. It obviously needs to be tuned more, but we keep an eye on it. We have weekly discussions on it, so we want to get it to a great place where A, the queues don't feel too long for really good players, and B, the games don't feel really bad for brand new players.
Yeah, because it's interesting. Some days it feels like it is good, and other days it hasn't, and it feels, I'll play against Honey Token, Forex, and then like not designated, but someone else good, and it's just me and people with no artifacts.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
Yep. No,
and
I know.
that was all night, seven games in a row. So it's just like, all right, I'm done.
No artifact event mode.
Oh.
That's actually that would be interesting.
I was just gonna delete my question about the special first person event mode, but you were saying like you guys didn't really have much of it developed for that, so scratch that.
Yeah. And that makes sense then too, going back to what you said about the cams, because I was saying to Lexa's like, if they have it in the game, but if that wasn't a consideration, then yeah, that's one of the most difficult things, because the way you have to render stuff and the different views is completely different from my understanding. So
yeah, right. Like, so you have to think about it this way. Not only did some of these characters never go through like a first-person pass, like in general, right? It starts with animations. Their art could be super out of whack,
yeah.
and then they're all a majority of these skins started getting developed when we switched to third person. So we never did first person passes. So someone's super up close wrist may be out of whack or something like that. But that's less likely of a case. But it's just a lot of work, and it would take time from features like server select that's coming out, right? Like that one took a bunch of work and is a way higher priority.
I'm excited about that. I don't know if we can talk about that much, but I'm curious how that'll work. Like, because for me, I'm in the West Coast. Everyone that seems to play this game is in the East Coast. If I select West Coast, how long will it take for me to find games? You know?
I don't know the exact. So basically, it's like, how can I use this for an example? Valorant right now, right? Like you can select a server. It doesn't mean that you're only searching that server. It means that you prioritize it, and then after a certain period of time, it'll switch over and it'll open it up a little bit more. So it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Cool.
I get to play. Naru and them just 2-0 that team.
Yeah,
is that over?
Those guys, we're just waiting.
So they're in the grand finals, and now it's Alien or Allen.
I think it's just that Allen guy is his ID.
Gotcha.
Alien here, but Forks has been having some Xbox issues, so
I want a skin that increases Blastbeard's thickness by 50%. That'd be too thick.
That's a good. Do different skins? Do they have different hitboxes?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
There we go. We got Forks.
I would lose my mind if that were the case. Blastbeard right click doesn't work a good amount of the time. That issue will be fixed in the next patch.
Okay, these guys are ready to go.
So are you guys doing another 1v1 tournament after this?
Not so much back to 1v1, but I wanted to like have something for the people that never really got to try it. I didn't want it to be mirror match. Because not everybody's good at a mirror match kind of thing. I just wanted to establish like, hey, who's the best Kai, who's the best Rev, who's the best this, and now we run both of those. So I mean, and the community the player base is small enough. We know each other, so we kind of know who's on top and who's good at what. But I get a lot of people asking for a 3v3 event, and I would love to just throw a 3v3 event. It's just a matter of getting the numbers and the players. And this, just like you, man, I have a competitive background since I was younger, like Halo 1 kind of thing. And it's just like, this isn't the game that's promoting a super competitive player base. But I have some ideas to like, let's do a league actually, and like an open league, just kind of like anybody can get in. You don't have to just wait for the events, along with monthly events. So anything to just kind of get people interested, give people incentive to keep playing. People like the people that love grinding rank and they just want that incentive to do things and earn things. Those kind of people have stopped playing for a while because there's just nothing to grind.
Yep. Yeah, no, I completely understand. Yeah, you should hit up Nixie and set up a meeting, and we should chat about it.
All right, definitely will. Yeah.
I love that you said Halo 1 though.
All right, so this message is going on, but before we get to it, I put something in our little group chat, dude, because I feel like we might have played like a long time ago. All right, let's see.
Oh boy.
0-2.
Dude, that's a throwback, especially with that old OG Xbox earpiece with the microphone.
Yeah. I used to, in Halo 1, me and my buddy used to train with the ogres, and then we dropped out before Halo 2 blew up. So it's just crazy to see how
Tom and Dan, huh?
Yup. T-square.
Yeah, we actually had a final boss member work on Rocket Arena for 2.5 years.
Nice.
Yeah, Walshy was a designer at our
okay.
studio for 2.5 years.
Yeah, he hasn't been streaming as much. Unless I haven't called him.
Nah, he works for Red Bull now.
Red Bull money.
He...
All right, so this team, it's them again, is my favorite to win. These guys are just nasty, man. Me and Sneedles used to run into them in a 3-stack. They got another guy on their team named Plop. He's in the chat, kind of rooting them on, but they've been like impeccable this whole time. I think they've given up a map, but he's been
Is this another mirror match? Is this Mistine Kai?
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of that. One top-notch pick, no Rev picks, plenty of Leef. One Jado. We've seen nothing from.
Well, the Jado was a troll pick anyway.
Not from Richie though. Not from Richie.
Oh, that's true.
Why no top-notch love? One day, you guys in chat will understand how good he is.
We had top notches in the beginning.
I literally stopped playing him in ranked queue because I felt bad. I switched.
I grew up even though I played Halo Man, my roots are Quake, and I use Jado and Top Notch primarily because I'm just like, all right, this is just all rockets. But Top Notch on a good team, he's an issue. So I'm not surprised. He's like top 2 in studio.
He's probably the one that most people complain about, especially newer characters, right? Like on Reddit, I think he's #1 for that, right?
Yeah, because when he gets into a good player's hands, right? Like being able to time the AOE like on your primary is what makes him so strong. Like I don't even necessarily think that it's his nuke, right? Because any good player is just going to save a dodge and dodge his nuke, and the secondaries whatever. But it's like his primary that can be super annoying. I can get somebody in a juggle from across the map.
What do you think the best artifacts are on him too?
Well, I bump up. At this point with the new dodge system, I think Cold Snap Locket is necessary on almost every character. I just think it's so good. Like your movement with Cold Snap Locket and the new Dodge 2.0 is insane. And then it's all cooldown artifacts that I throw on him.
Does the Locket also increase like iframes as well?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cold Snap Locket, like it was good to begin with. Like I ran a dodge build on Blastbeard a lot when we were playing ranked. But with 2.0, like it is crazy. Like you can close the gap with Cold Snap Locket with like Blastbeard so quickly, which is so huge for him, right? Like say you're right here on the middle of the diamond and the Mega Rocket's like at one of the bases or whatever, you can close the gap from there with a Cold Snap Locket dodge.
Yeah, when it first came out, Honey Token and I were Honey Token was the one that said it, so I got my Cold Snap to level 3 just for it, and I definitely run it on my Kai right now because boost cap got nerfed, so they're like, well, Locket, you can go just pretty far with it. So
yeah, it was interesting to see like the way things changed. Like damage artifacts were obviously damage and cooldown artifacts were like heavily prioritized by players when ranked first came out, but like the thing with this game that can take it to a next level, right? And you start talking about it on Apogee Acres is this game is so snowbally where survivability is huge, right? Like that's half the reason Mistine is so good. Like right here, she's just playing her life and being annoying, and all your goal is like a team, and this can be in 3s or 2s or whatever. Is you just want to get one player on a spawn cycle that's really bad, so it's just constantly a 2v1, 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 2v1.
Yep.
And that goes the same in 3s. Like once you get one player into a bad cycle, and you just like you don't even have to full send on the other guy, right? Like necessarily getting a double KO right off the rip isn't the greatest thing. If you just keep high damage on him, it's just the most annoying game in the world.
Yeah.
This is a really close game though.
Yeah, 9-9, minute and a half.
So like I was saying, yeah, this Mistine battle. I mean, Kai Mistine has been the pick. I was just saying that to Sneedle was like, Mistine is a great pick for a 2v2 because she forces people to pick, you know? Like she splits and it's like, all right, well, who do I sit? And it's just more targets, and she has her survivability is ridiculous. So
yeah,
she's the choice pick. But Forex, man, like I didn't think he would. I thought he would kind of like stomp in a mirror, but people have been giving him a run for his money.
I think Forex too, over time he's not as good. I think he's good for 30 minutes and then he gets complacent and then Honey, everyone has their disadvantages after playing with them. You kind of learn. Yeah. So for him and then Honey, I know can get tilted easily. So I'd play into both those things. I'd focus Honey token, make him upset, and Forex would get complacent, and then that's how I'd take this match.
Yeah, and these guys.
That's what we used to do to Naru.
Yeah.
Yeah, when me and Nate would get into a 3-stack and try to match these guys in ranked, we would just try to make Naru as annoyed as possible.
Yeah. Because the mental game, we saw that in our first match of the day, is just the thing that, can really make the game. So, once they lose mentally, it's easy. Wow. All right. 11-13. Looks like
crazy.
Savvy.
Wow.
Is he the only Xbox player that was in the tournament?
He's the only. We've had other Xbox players in the other KOTCs. He's the only consistent one that's been holding his own. And that's kind of how it's been. He is. He has Xbox on his back, man.
Wow, Honey took damage. Almost broke 3K.
Yeah, that was a close match. All right, guys. Well, it has been fun chatting. I'll let you guys get back to it, and I'm definitely down to come back more often. I love watching you guys' tournaments, and I can't say it enough that we appreciate everything that you guys do with grassroots tournaments. We love to see it. Let's talk about it at the studio. I literally posted your guys' stream in our Slack channel today, so
thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys. It's been nice talking to you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, for sure. Take it easy, bros.
Yeah, till the next time. Thank you.
Later.